All right, well, it looks like I'm live. I remembered to unmute my microphone, and the picture looks good enough, I think. Sorry, I'm just monitoring my stream, not from my computer, because according to Twitch, this video is either unavailable or not supported in this browser. Well, the video is available. I'm broadcasting live right now. And according to YouTube, I need to connect my streaming software, which I did, and it is. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Twitch. But apparently, if I can pull it up on my phone, we're good, at least on Twitch. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't get a lot of users watching live, but that is okay because y'all catch it on the replay. Got that instant replay, that video on demand, those audio podcasts that I all very much, very much appreciate you guys watching, listening, rating, reviewing, subscribing, liking, thumbs up, all the above, none of the above, some of the above, any of the above, or Q R S T U V. I don't know. I lost where I was going with that one, but I am full of it today. I'm excited. I missed last week. That was unfortunate. I could not get things to work out, but I did talk about Turku, blah 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 blah, Turku, and talk about their awesome event that was going on. They didn't call it the Open or anything like that. It was just the disc golf tournament that was happening in Finland. And I have been brushing up on my Finnish here because, thank you, Duolingo. I highly recommend that app. It's great if you really want to learn some language that you don't know. Brush up on that Spanish. Probably more useful than the Finnish that I'm currently attempting to learn. And of course, my curtains are messed up because, I just got to fix my curtains, or I just kind of adjust the camera and do the thing with the people into place right there. Look at that. Hey, I'm centered in the camera again. All you audio listeners are probably like, what the hell is going on? Why won't you shut up about all this other stuff? We're here to talk about disc golf, and that's it. Nothing else, but I've got some great topics going on here today. We're talking about USA DGC. We're talking about the ratings update, Pro Worlds, Utah Open, Resistance Open, Turku Open, a tournament. I don't know. It doesn't say Open, and that confuses me. There's no Open. There's no challenge. It's just Turku. That's it. And, DGPT Celebrity Pro-Am, that's coming up. That's new. That's awesome. And North America's most eastern disc golf course. But first, we have to thank Log for sponsoring this desk that I'm sitting behind right here, right now. Log, what rolls downstairs? A loner in pairs rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and it fits on your back? It's Log, Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood, and it's awesome. Thank you, Log. Hashtag not a real sponsor. Whoop, whoop. Nothing there, nothing to see here, nothing going on there. But eventually we'll get some real sponsors. It's okay. Not that I really care. I like talking about disc golf. I like having fun. Went to a wedding this past weekend and got talking about disc golf because, duh, got to talk about the greatest sport in the world. Talking about that, talking to some of my in-laws, and they're asking me how serious I am into it, and my wife just giggled. They're like, what's going on? I said, well, not only do I play tournaments, not only do I try to get out just about every single day, not only do I do all that, but I run a podcast. I created my own logo. So when you ask how into it I am, the answer is very, very into it, because only the insane are the ones who really get into it and make the podcasts and talk about it all the time on YouTube. But that's just me. Just having some fun, having a grand old time. Got to play a lot of disc golf over the last couple of weekends. Got to play a lot over the last couple of days. It has been hot. It's been humid here in Indiana. It has been kind of miserable. But at the same time, it's disc golf, so it's been awesome. So I've been playing one of the more wooded courses in town because I'm in the shade. and that's about all I care about. I'm in the shade, so I'm cool. I'm having fun. I'm having a grand old time working on my form after I sprained my ankle pretty bad here a couple weeks ago. It's kind of funny how you lose certain things. My timing has been off a little bit. Been trying to get into that, get that going. My form has fallen just a little bit, not a lot, but it's just one of those things where I've lost a little bit of distance because I had got things dialed in pretty well, and now all of a sudden, like, hey, I missed some time. I'm thinking about my ankle every time I step because, well, in my X step, it's not really a big deal. It's my left ankle, and I'm right-handed, so all of my weight I brace on my right foot. But being a forehand dominant player, bracing on my left has been tentative at best, and I have gotten away from doing certain motions, certain throws on certain holes because of unsure footing, and I don't want to wipe out. So I'd rather take an extra stroke or maybe give myself a longer putt, but then I know I can still play and not go 999 DNF because of, issues. But that is just that. And, managed to have some fun at a tournament. Talk about the ratings update here that came out last week, but that's just about it. So why don't we get into everything here and talk about the Utah Open? If you haven't caught that, I believe that one was on Jomez. I forget. It's either the Utah Open or the Resistance Open was on Jomez. Resistance Open had the final day coverage by DGPT, and I think maybe Gatekeeper and Jomez had one and the other. I don't remember which, but the Utah Open is held at the same course that the World Championship will be held here in the next week or so. The top four coming in for the MPO: Dallin Blanchard, he had a 13 under. Kyle Klein, 18 under. Ricky Wysocki at a 20 under. And Emerson Keith managed to win it with 23 under par and 2 OB strokes. That has been absolutely insane. 2 OB strokes and you still win it. And the rest of the gentlemen did not really have that much to go with OB. Great stuff to watch there. Great preview for the course. I think guys like Ricky, Emerson, I think Kyle Klein qualified. I don't recall off the top of my head, but those guys have a leg up after not only practicing this for the week leading up to the Utah Open, but now they've played it in a tournament setting. So they've got that going for them, which is nice, and everything's going to be pretty great for them. On the FPO side, they had Owen Scoggins with a 5 over par taking 4th place. Valerie Montuano taking 1 under. She took 3rd place. Katrina Allen was in 2nd place at a 3 under par. I'm misreading everything here. And the winner of this tournament was the one, the only, the lovely, talented, amazing Paige Pierce. Shot a 12 down through the entire tournament with 8 OB strokes. She won this by 9 strokes and could have won it by 17 if she could stay in bounds. That's how crazy this is. The Utah Open. That's absolutely insane. So look forward to Paige Pierce dominating at Pro Worlds as per usual. She dominates everything. I expect Katrina Allen to make a bigger fight on this one. She learned a lot here. If I'm remembering her stats correctly, her putting was a little bit off. So you bet your bippy she's going to be working on that there this week for sure, getting ready for that. On top of playing the course as usual, going through her normal weekly routine, getting everything ready there. So if I had to pick for the Worlds here, on the FPO side, you get your 2 picks. I think going all in on Katrina Allen, I think that'll save you some points to pick up some other on the FPO or MPO side, as well as probably taking Own. I think both of those ladies will be good choices. If you've got the points to spare, if you want to go all in and win, I'd highly recommend Paige Pierce. If not, you're only going to lose a little bit for Katrina Allen. So if you're on the bubble on MPO side, which guys you want to take, which guys you don't want to take, you can always just do it that way. And speaking of that way, we're going to make our way to Rainier, Oregon, to the Resistance Open. That was another great tournament. Like I said, there was a lot of disc golf to watch this past weekend. Still a lot, still trying to catch up, catch all that different coverage from all those. Because not only do I have the Utah Open, the Resistance Open, but Turku as well. On the MPO side, Nate Sexton and Tim Barham tied at 17 down. Jeremy Colling was third, 18 down with 8 OB strokes. 8 OB strokes. He could have tied first place if he stayed in bounds. Scott Wither had a lovely time there, just edging out Jeremy Colling at a 19 down to earn him second place. And Adam Hams went ham on this course as well, shooting 26 down, leaving everybody in the dust. Things looked a little wet, not only because of all the water, all the OB that was there, but because it also rained. Looking over at the FPO side, we've also got Kira Alexander. She shot a 25 over par to get her fourth place. Kat Mersch shot a 22 over par to take third. Brittany Queensberry took second place with a 20 over par. And Deanne Carey won the event at 5 over par for the weekend. Fantastic job there, ladies. Great to see some names that don't often come up on the FPO side. I can't wait to see how everybody handles that. See if we catch any of these lovely ladies later on the season. I don't think they qualified. Any of them have qualified or registered for Pro Worlds, but we'll find out here. I do not have that registration list in front of me, so I am sorry. Also, if anybody is trying to chat here, neither of the chat things are working. Apparently, YouTube says that my chat has been disabled despite me typing and saying hi and different things here. And, MC Joe Cool is watching as well. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Whatever. I don't know. Technology, you can sometimes drive me up a wall. And that's about all I can say. But, yes, go team, go. Moving on to Turku and Anakanen, a Frisbee Golf Puesto, ancient Frisbee Golf Park, according to what Google Translate said. On the MPO side, again, this looked like a really fun course. If I ever make my way out to Finland and it's warm, I will try to get out there. But you had Juna Hananen with an 18 down there. Lucas Rokinen managed to go 20 down to take third place with 0 OB. Seppo Paiju managed to go 22 down. He was winning for quite a while. 0 OB as well. Takes second place home, no problem there. And winning with the 23 under par and 2 OB strokes, Vaiano Makala. And yes, I've been like I said, working on some beautiful work with Duolingo. I, again, highly recommend that app. And turns out that those are two common names that came up. And I was like, oh, I know how to semi-pronounce these names. At least I've heard them before, and I can pretend to do things like that. But on the FPO side, the top four were Anna Sophia Hypus at 24 over par. Heidi Lane trying to, I was going to say Heidi Lane, just run it all together. Words are hard, and good thing in audio podcast form, words don't matter. She finished third place at 9 over. Hannah Blomroos managed to finish second with 3 over par, and Evelina Salonen managed 1 OB stroke to get her 5 down for the tournament and a crown for the win there. Like I said, lots and lots of disc golf here. And now we're going to move on to even more disc golf, because this is a disc golf podcast, and that's all we do is talk about disc golf. And I want to make sure that I keep this microphone nice and close as I get a little more comfy in the chair. This microphone is hopefully in a good spot. We'll find out later. I've got no one in chat saying anything because there is no one in chat, and hopefully things are going well still. Monitoring everything here on my phone. I'm just trying to listen to my stream. And it looks like I'm doing all right. Moving on to the Pro Worlds. Go around the world June 19th through the 26th. That is 4 days from the date of this podcast. This is in Ogden, Utah. The Utah Open was just held there. Like I had said, this really shows off what the course has to offer. It looks like at the Utah Open, the hardest hole here for the MPO was hole 4. This is 655 feet of fun and glory. OB, water, you name it, trees, it's got it. This is a par 4. Last weekend, it played .69 nice over par. I expect that to drop just a bit, as this is an average. It played almost a full stroke over par, but this again was an A tier. So this is not Pro Worlds. This is not the best in the world coming here to do this. I expect that average to drop just a little bit there, although you never quite know exactly what's going to happen. Different things can happen, different strokes for different folks. You never know. The easiest hole, though, was hole 2 at a .58 under par. This hole is a whopping 201 feet long over a pond pretty much the entire time, except for the 20 feet in front and the 20 feet from the shore, roughly from the shore to the pin. And then it goes back. You got more space there. But that was pretty good there at half a stroke under par. I assume that just the way that's set up, it looks like people probably, those who managed to only get par or maybe even pull a bogey here, probably found the water, probably caught metal or caught a little bit of the padding in front there and managed to, get a bad rollaway, pretty much get daylight and roll down into the water. But, hey, other than that, it's a wide open throw. You can throw a hyzer shot. You can throw a straight line at it. You can do whatever you want, and it will take it, and it will like it. On the MPO side, the most difficult hole was hole 9 for them. This is a .8 over par. That is pretty huge there. This is a monster of a hole, 728 foot, par 5 with tons of OB. There is OB the whole way to the left. There's trees everywhere. There's a landing. There's an alley the whole way, obviously, but tons of trees to the left, OB to the left. It doglegs left, and as soon as it doglegs, there's a big-ass creek that comes into play with that. And then guess what? You have to deal with the OB that's naturally there from the water. And, oh, don't worry. If you go OB or if you miss, you go OB into the water, there's a drop zone. It is 447 feet away still. That is absolutely bonkers. So no wonder that this hole, if you look it up on the map, if you watch any of the coverage, you'll look at that and go, wow, only .8 over? Like, I feel like I would need this to be a par 6 to just get par. But who knows? That's why they're all pros, and I'm just your average Joe with a podcast about disc golf. Wonder what I should call it. I don't know. Like the MPO, I expect this to go down, again, as you get a wider selection of better players, generally speaking, better players to play this course. I expect the average on this one to go down. And again, hole 2 was the easiest hole. This played .25 under par for the ladies. Much smaller field here, so one person takes a bogey, and that throws off the stats for everything. So the hole, again, 201 feet over a pond, wide open throwing lane. Do what you want. Just keep it dry, and everything is going to be hunky-dory, beautiful, great, grand, glorious, and awesome. And you know what else is awesome? This segue into our ratings update. How'd you do? I moved up 6 points. I am at a career high, career best 907. Now I have a few ratings from last August from my first tournament after taking quite a long hiatus. And I never played a lot of tournaments before that. I played a lot of disc golf, but not a lot of tournaments. So there's some nerves. I was playing the course blind. And overall, my my rating was not that great, and I had a few ratings like for example, in this last ratings update, I played the Fort Wayne Outfitters Open, and we played at Shove Park, which is a great 24 holes, 18 normal, added 6 letter holes a few years ago, helped put those in. Thank you very much. And that was a lot of fun. Makes me very proud to play that course and to go, I helped put in this hole, this hole, and this hole, and just help clean things up. And it's just one of those things that's a lot of fun to do. So, side note, if you ever get the chance to help your local club out or help with any course maintenance or anything, do it. It's a lot of fun. It's work. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, this is a course that we played mix of red and blues. I had practiced that. My best that I had shot on there was a 10 down through 24, which is pretty good. I thought I did well with that. That was one of those where you have those rounds where you're just like every shot you hit your line, and when you miss your line, it ends up being the perfect line anyways. And you bang those putts from the edge of the circle, or you get that beautiful throw in from 80 feet, and just one of those where like if it could go right, it went right. Well, and then on average, I'd say I shot around 5 down, 5, 6 down, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. There's a decent amount of woods that can kind of trip you up there to start. Well, I say to start with, but that's where I started for this tournament. And so, you could just it could go sideways a little bit there, but you got plenty of time to make up for it. And I started out with a bogey and then a birdie, and then was all up and down, all over hill and back. My first round, I shot an 899 rated round. I shot even. I had never shot even on this layout in the 2 weeks leading up to it. I think my worst round leading up to it was a 3 or 4 under. It was absolutely awful. I couldn't get in a groove. I tried all of my mental tricks that I could. I did everything that I tried to do. I tried to picture my serene setting, tried to get in the right headspace, tried to focus on my technique, tried not to overthink my putts or overthink my drives, and just go out and play disc golf. And for whatever reason, I just could not get in the groove. And a perfect example, there's a couple good examples here. So hole 16 is 600-foot par 5. Yeah, 600-foot par 5. I got a birdie on that one. I was one of 5 people who got the birdie on that one. So what do I do on hole 17? I was one of 4 or 5 people who took a bogey on a hole that is 270 feet downhill that I threw a great hyzer shot, landed right under the basket, skipped, rolled down another hill, and landed on the blue tee pad for hole 18 with the way it was set up. So I had beautiful footing and no line. And then I messed up the second putt, and it just was not good. So how do you go from taking a stroke on the field to giving up a stroke on the field? That was it right there. Hole 2 is another one of those holes where it's just this hole, the way it played for me, encapsulates my first round perfectly. When you throw a really good line, it's a forehand shot. It's like 210, 215 feet. Forehand shot all day for me. Super easy. Just let it go out there. Wind picks it up, takes it into the power lines up above it. It hits a power line. Now, I haven't hit that power line in legitimately 2 or 3 years. Hits the power line, goes up and comes backwards towards me about 15 feet. I was probably 140 feet still out from this hole. I threw that shot maybe 80, 90 feet tops, and I was just like, it was one of those where it was a beautiful shot, and then you saw the wind pick it up, hit the power line, and come back, and everybody's like, dude, what just happened? I'm going, I don't know. This is how my round's going. Everybody shut up and leave me alone. Like, I wasn't one of those guys. Like, I was getting frustrated. Don't get me wrong. I'm human. We all get frustrated. We all see that. I mean, Eagle, Ricky, Paul, everybody gets frustrated. But I wasn't throwing things. I wasn't swearing, cursing, anything like that. Also, that gets you violations and gets you strokes, which only makes things so much worse. But it was just one of those, like, I just could not catch a break. No matter how hard I think trees us every time I got a decent kick. And so that's just kind of how that tournament went. That first round went. On the second round, I listened to some music. I ate my lunch. I relaxed. I putted. I just got my drive warmed up, and I shot a 968 rated round. I shot 6 down at that course, which was absolutely outstanding. And I was just like, this is it. This is fun. Like, I had a great time. The other guys on the card, we were all saying, like, oh, we didn't do so well. Ended up here. We all shot even. I think one guy might have been one over from the previous round. And it was just one of those like, oh, we're all probably about the same and this and that. And I kind of, not to really brag, but I crushed them horribly. I almost had a throw in on our first hole, which was 600 feet through the woods. I got a great drive off, landed in the woods, had an upshot, threw it, skipped, flashed the basket. Damn near had an eagle. I went 5 down through my first 6 holes. That's how on fire I was. And then I finished 6 under par. So things cooled off a little bit. I got a bogey here and there, but it happens. But that just kind of goes to show you that your rating isn't totally everything, although it is fun to brag. Don't get me wrong. It is a lot of fun to brag. But you also need to figure out those mental tricks to get you back in the zone, get you back go into what you need to do. And that's what I did during the break. Because for whatever reason, everything I tried when I was out there, and I probably wasn't giving it enough to do that during the round. But after, I was able to find my groove and get things going, and it was so much fun to just go out and play. And that is kind of the ratings update there, and kind of my random story about this most recent tournament. And speaking of tournaments, relatively close to Fort Wayne was the USA DGC, U.S. Amateurs Disc Golf Championship, held at the beautiful Toboggan Course up there in Milford, Michigan. Words are hard. We had a couple guys from the club go up there to qualified and played, and I think one of our best guys finished in like 24th, 25th, so not a bad showing there. However, Robert Burridge managed to absolutely dominate. He took the lead from the word go and didn't give it up until he sank his last putt. He shot a 56, which is a 1,043 rated round on Friday. That also happened to be the hot round for the entire weekend right there. This man hails from Houston, Texas, and he joins the prestigious ranks of USA DGC winners like Kyle Klein, Clint Galvin, Gavin Rathbun, Anthony Barella, Colton Montgomery, and so many more fine ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pretty prestigious tournament there, and so many guys have gotten their start, and gals have gotten their start on the Pro Tour and getting out there and playing and just being the start of something amazing at this tournament. So look forward to Robert Burridge probably going out there and getting some sponsors and maybe even starting to tour next year. But this year, it's a little late. Probably won't happen. Most of those tournaments are already full. And you know who's really full? Full of themselves? Celebrities. Not really. Disc Golf Pro Tour Celebrity Pro-Am is going to be happening this July, in about a month from now, a little under a month, after the Des Moines Challenge on July 13th, hosted at Ben Askren's private course, Funky Farms. This is the first year of what should be an annual event. This was supposed to happen, I believe, last December. There were talks, they were trying to get this going, trying to get it rolling in Florida, but due to COVID and all those random things that have happened and all the issues that they have been having, it just didn't happen. Things didn't happen. But Ben was like, no, this has got to happen. This has got to happen. We got to do it. And so he's doing it. The confirmed celebrities here include the Travel Channel's own Andrew Zimmerman, the Chicago White Sox pitcher Dylan Case, and oh my God, dude's amazing. A big White Sox fan here. Go White Sox. You guys are doing great. Now just don't blow it after the break. Which, speaking of the break, ends up working out great because this tournament happens during the All-Star break, and Dylan can pop out for a day to play this. Pardon My Take podcast host Dan Big Cat Katz and MMA fighters, including Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, have all definitely agreed that they will be there, barring any other issues that come up. It happens, things happen where it doesn't happen. You can't do it. Dylan could get hurt. Any one of these guys could get hurt, get something happen. But as of right now, these are the confirmed celebrities, and it's going to be exciting. It was fun reading the entire article, listening to guys like Dylan Case nerd out and go, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, I would love to play with any one of these 1050 guys, like Ricky, Paul, any of those. And he's like geeking out about that, just as probably those guys. Like, if I had the chance to go out and be the bat boy for the White Sox, I'd probably be nerding out just the same way to be around the White Sox. Invites have also been sent to Bubba Watson and Bryson DeChambeau, which both of those guys are big into disc golf as well when they're not playing golf ballers. That's pretty great. The event's format is still being finalized, but it will include some best shot doubles with the pro disc golfers paired with the celebrities competing for the chance to name the charity of their choice to receive $5,000 from the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Don't be surprised if there'll be other people matching that, and it'll be kind of a big thing where, they'll give a couple $1,000 besides the $5,000 that the Disc Golf Pro Tour has already pledged. The DGPT will cover room and board and travel expenses for all the participants. That's going to be great. I think it's going to be a blast to see these celebrities playing with the pros and, again, fanboying out and just having fun. Now, because of the way this tournament is being set up and being run, there's no word if if Jomez or any of those guys are going to be there covering it. No word if Disc Golf Network would cover it or not. Who knows? I don't know at this point. There's still things being finalized. So, I'd be shocked if whoever's there for the Des Moines Challenge doesn't stick around to do a little extra. I don't know. It could be a lot of fun, in my opinion, but we'll see. And you know what else we'll see? North America's most eastern disc golf course in St. John's, Newfoundland. This is the capital of the province, or as us down here in the States like to say, it's a state. Basically the same thing. There are a bunch of colleges out there, beautiful area on the ocean, most eastern part of North America for sure. This course, brand new course, was designed by Benjamin Smith, CEO of Flickline. They have a lot of cool stuff out there. They do some course design work and do all that stuff. So if you're in the market, he is one of the names that you can look up and see what he's done. He says that the people of St. John's are the nicest people in Canada, which makes them by far, by default, hands down, the nicest people in the world, because Canadians are awesome and they're super nice. Stereotypes in a positive way aren't the worst. Being Canadian means you're nice. Moving on, within 12 hours of the baskets being planted and everything just being put in and done right there, then they had about 40 people played disc golf there. Many of them, it was their first time playing. The local Played Again Sports store sold out of discs by 10 a.m. the first day that course was open. They're probably like, holy crap, we didn't know what was going on. We probably should have bought more discs, which is what every retailer is saying for sure in general. But that was pretty awesome. To say that it'll be a popular sport in the town is probably an understatement for the 3 weeks of summer that they get every year because, again, it's north in Canada. It's a 9-hole course. It's kind of a park-style course, pretty open, few trees dotted here and there. But, it's nothing too crazy. You're not going to hold a disc golf championship there. This isn't a high-caliber course like that. But it is a great learner's course and a lot of fun. It is a 9-hole with reds and blue tees. The reds play 1,885 feet. I don't know how many meters that is. And the blues play 2,487. Again, I don't know how many meters that is, but that's a ton of fun. That's a pretty sizable disc golf course. That averages, 240 40 feet-ish per hole for the reds, and about 300 for the blues, give or take, a little under. That's pretty solid. That's about 290. That's pretty solid. That's a good time. That's going to be a lot of fun with that course. But unfortunately, what's not a lot of fun is having to end this and say goodbye. And, hope I get to talk to you all again. And I enjoyed the stream. I hope some of you can catch this. Generally speaking, this podcast happens at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. That is Eastern Time. So for those of you on the West Coast, that would be about 6 p.m. Hopefully you're home, away from your commute, and back here. But as always, I've been Joe. You've been awesome. Don't forget to thank Treesus next time you get a great tree kick. And if you get a less than favorable kick, well, reflect and repent because you have transgressed against Treesus in some form or fashion. And, well, you probably should figure out what you did wrong so you can get that favorable tree kick next time. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to rate, review, like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Smash that thumbs up button. Leave a comment on here. It really helps out the algorithm, helps other people find it. Don't forget to follow me on the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Joe's Disc Golf. And with that, I bid you all a fine farewell and a good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on when you're watching or listening to this. But you guys stay awesome. Thank you all.